Welcome to aminacademy.com. In world history, let us discuss about post-Mauryan India between 200 BC to 300 AD. The period following the decline of Mauryan Empire is often labeled as one of the dark period of Indian history, a characteristic which assumes political centralization to be the sole criterion of civilization. Short of such an assumption, the period presents some significant developments in the socio-economic and cultural history of the country. Now, the post-Mauryan period in India is period of time that lasted from 200 BC to 300 AD. This is a chronological order. We'll see that. First one, Sunga Empire. This empire succeeded the Mauryan Empire in Magadha and lasted from 185 BC to 73 BC. Indo-Greek Kingdom. This kingdom lasted from 180 BC to 10 AD and was the first foreign power in the subcontinent. Indo-Scythian or Sakas. This kingdom lasted from 200 BC to 400 AD and was located in West India. Next one, Kanva dynasty. This dynasty was founded by Vasudeva Kanva, who believed he was a descendant of the rishi Kanva. Next is Sunga age. This age followed the megalithic period in South India. The Pandya kings of Madurai sponsored three Sangams, which were assemblies that took place at different locations. Sangam literature was composed from 300 BC to 300 AD. Post-Mauryan period was a time of political fragmentation, cultural exchanges with Central Asia, and the rise of regional dynasties. These exchanges influenced Indian art, religion, and trade. Important post-Mauryan period are Sunga dynasty, Kanva dynasty, Satavahana dynasty. The post-Mauryan period in the India was a time of political disunity and foreign invasion that lasted from about 200 BC to 300 AD. It was marked by the fall of Mauryan dynasty and the rise of Gupta power. Here are some notable aspects of the post-Mauryan periods. About the political, the Mauryan Empire was unable to be maintained by the successors of Asoka. The provinces declared independence and the Mauryas lost control of northwest India. The political power in India was shared between native and foreign dynasties. Religion. The post-Mauryan emphasized Mahayana Buddhism to help foreigners understand the religion. Some rulers also converted to Vaishnavism. Art and architecture. The post-Mauryan period saw the development of the glass industry and theatre. The use of curtains called Yavanika was started during Greek rule. Crafts. There was a visible progress in the craft like cloth making and weaving silk. Madura was a great center of cloth making. Ivory crafts work was also at its peak. Society. The state helped the following people bring up now new occupation. Most of the population of the Mauryan age were farmers and agriculturists. According to accessible sources, the Mauryan economy was primarily state-controlled economy with a strong agricultural base. Achilles, the post-Mauryan economy was distinct. We can analyze the two major Kushana and Satavahana economies to provide an overall understanding of the post-Mauryan economy. The development of the agriculture, local and international trade, as well as craft and the art, formed the foundation of post-Mauryan economy. Agrarian economy in post-Mauryan period. Resources in scarce in Kushana's land administration. Agricultural production shows little evidence of state initiatives, but the Satavahana period saw the realization of the Deccan's potential as a productive agricultural region in some areas. The importance of irrigation was also evident in the post-Mauryan economy. Well digging is frequently mentioned in the private donor Kuroshiti inscriptions from the Kushana era. Making an initiative to build reservoir for water was regarded as honorable. It has been determined that excavation of one such well as Soran. Agriculture was flourishing as evident in literary and archaeological sources of the post-Mauryan economy. We have referred to wide range of crops that were produced in the area in both inscriptions and literature. Two important cash crops, pepper and coconut, emerged and were both grown on the Malabar coast and northern Konkan respectively. Around 8,000 coconut trees seedlings were planted according to inscriptions. Particularly lucrative for rice farming were the footplain regions between Godavari and Krishna. Wheat, barley, millet, lentils, oil seeds, etc. were other crops. Sesame production in the Narmada region was sufficient and sesame oil was exported from Barigaza. Concerning the post-Mauryan economy during the Satavahana era, there were smaller agricultural holdings, most of which were owned privately. Next, talk about urban centers and post-Mauryan economy. Urbanization reached its apex over the 5 centuries between 200 BC and AD 300. The trend started in the 6th century BC. Sculptures from the Gandhara and Madura schools, as well as those of Sanchi and Barhut, frequently depict urban life, illustrating the expansion of urban experience over all of India, including Deccan and South. Literacy and archaeological evidence indicate that established sites like Saravasti, Kausambi, Varanasi, and Pataliputra have continued to develop. Under Scytho-Parthian and Kushana administrations, the areas around the Madura gained tremendous significance, particularly under the latter when it functioned as one of the main centers of both Kushana kingdom and post-Mauryan economy. Burnt bricks were frequently used for construction during a Kushana occupation. Post-Mauryan changes. One major post-Mauryan changes revealed mostly by archaeology was a transition from the proto-historical to the historical over a large part of India. For example, in the south, the early megalithic culture representing a tribal stage was succeeded by the early historical with accommodated elements of culture from North India. The two main channels of interaction with the outside world. There were two main channels of contact through which the Indian socio-political organization interacted with the outside world. One was the form of repeated inroads by various ethnic groups through the Northwest, a development which was associated with ethnic movement in Central Asia. In the major part of northern India, these inroads resulted not only in political upheavals, but in changes in political organization and structure as well. The earliest intruders, the Bactrian Greeks, were followed by the Scythians, the Parthians, and Kushanas, all as easily recognizable in the Indian literacy. Literary refers to the Yavanas, Sakas, and Pallavas and Tusaras. Social reconstruction due to foreign invasion. The influx of various ethnic groups in large numbers necessitated from restructuring in social thoughts and organization, which were in any case reshaping themselves because of the emergence of new historical centers within the country. The tendency of lawmakers was to assign a low rank to the new entrants, but this did not materially affect the process of acculturation, occultation, religious changes. Both Brahminism and heterodox religions underwent significant changes under these new conditions, while the schism in the Buddhist and Jaina orders was of earlier origin. Its crystallization through the proliferation of various schools and the emergence of Mahayanist thought marked a departure from the earlier pattern. State formation and urbanization in the Deccan. The Satavahanas who ruled over the Deccan were equipped with all those material components with the Mauryas possessed in the earlier period in North India, namely the profuse use of coins and iron tools. A non-Aryan people with matrilineal traces, the Satavahanas were one of the earliest Deccan dynasties to the Brahmanism. So far we discussed about post-Mauryan period in India and their development. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.